Lounge. I am your host, Dawn Morris. And it's been a minute. It has been a minute, but I am here. I am back. I hope everyone had a great holiday. We took a couple of days to refresh and recover. And here we are. And we are here with something that is going to make your 2024 soar. And I'm using the word soar because we're currently in the midst of a great program with a dynamic group of women and one man, preparing ourselves to soar in 24. And what we discussed our first week was so dynamic that I had to share with my Leaders Lounge audience because this is a game changer, y'all. It's a game changer. And I'm going to share a little tidbit of what we talked about in that last portion of our first segment because that became the homework for the team. I don't know if I'm going to do another one because we really planned this so that everybody could start the year ready and prepared. But I may do something in conjunction at the beginning of the year because I did it for myself, did the homework myself this week because I said, let me make sure that number one, I'm staying integrous to what I'm asking them to do. And then I also wanted to see how it would broaden my thought perspective by doing the work that I'm asking them to do for Free to Soar, which is the name of our program. And I'm going to tell y'all that I already did one of the things that were on my list because immediately as I started writing it down, I said, what am I waiting for? Let me get this done now. So it's an amazing, amazing tool. And I'm going to share it all with you all. So this segment is called Vision. Take it off the board and put it in a plan. And that's what we're talking about doing. So for so many of the last several years, I'm going to say at least since the COVID years on, we have heard that we should have a vision board. And we should. I love the vision board. I have one myself. I look at it every day. But what I found was if I don't have a plan for how I'm going to execute, then the likelihood of me achieving what's on that board becomes greatly lessened. And so for the group where we're doing Free to Soar, I told them we're not just going to talk about a vision board because, yes, it's good to have what we want in front of us from a visual standpoint. But if we don't have a plan to execute it, we're not going anywhere. And I told them we were not going to do any more trainings that are just inspirational, but people leave out and they do not have the tools that they need in order to be successful. So from this book, it is called, see, and this is why I do not like using, here we go. I'm going to try to stand still. From this book, which is called The 12 Universal Laws of Success by Dr. Herbert Harris. If you don't have it, I encourage you to go out and get this book because it is just so valuable on so many levels, but especially from the standpoint of helping you to plan and organize and get ready to achieve the levels of success that you want. Our team is working on developing not only their vision statement, which is the larger goal for their lives for 2024, but also contained in this book is what's called a success plan. And I'm going to share that with you all today on a higher level so you can kind of see what's in it because, again, it's so valuable. You have to have a real plan. And in Free to Soar, our team is working to have their plans developed and ready for the year. So in the success plan, you can kind of see it at a high level there. And again, get this book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success, Super Achiever Edition, if you have not. For those people who are here in Nashville, this book I purchased at Al-K Bulan bookstore right there near Tennessee State University here in Nashville. But I'm sure it's available on Amazon and any of your other book platforms. So the 12 Universal Laws of Success, I extrapolated this from that, and that's where the success plan is coming from. And just to give you high level, it has you to first, of course, write down what your ultimate goal is, and then you take from there and write down what your micro goals are on the way to your macro goal, which is at the top. And then you break it down and prioritize the order in which you're going to do each of your micro goals. So what it does is it takes you from the large down to the minutia of how you are going to achieve your goals. And I'm telling you guys, it helped me to really get excited about what I was working on. And I immediately started working on the first thing that I wrote down as my micro goal, because I was like, okay, how am I going to achieve this? And for mine, it was a financial goal for my business. But I said, the only way that I'm going to achieve this financial goal, I said, the first thing I have to do is work on my pricing. So I made some changes to my pricing today. As after I wrote my whole success plan, I said, well, why am I waiting? Because I wrote my date for the 20th by which it would be done. But I said, the quicker that I'm able to really work on my 2024 pricing in order to reach my ultimate macro goal of my business's financial plan or financial goal, the sooner I'm able to start working on the other things related to achieving that company's financial goal next year. So, and I said, I did it for this. I recommend that if you have a couple of large goals, although I really think people should stay focused on, don't try to don't spread yourself too thin. If there's a really big goal that you want to hit, stay focused on that. But I'm saying this in terms of, maybe I should say more of on an ongoing basis. Get that book, make some copies of that page, and then carry that as your usual way of going about whatever that big goal is that you want to achieve. It is an amazing thing because it helps you to plan it out and, again, take it from the board to a plan. The board is a pictorial, and it's great to have that pictorial, that visual in front of you. Yes, I want to reach this goal. I want to get that car. I want to get that house. I want to get that relationship. I want to get whatever it is. But if you then do not develop the strategy to achieve that, then it may just continue to live in a beautiful frame. Mine is in a frame, so I just mentioned frame, but it may just live even in your head if you have it, although they say a board is supposed to be written. So hopefully it's not in your head. It is something that is written down. Point is, you've got to have some real markers in place if you are going to achieve whatever it is you want in life. So take it from the board this year and put it in a plan. So vision boards typically have a few different things that you want to achieve. Take that, as they say, big audacious goal and put that into one of these Dr. Herbert Harris success plans. And then you'll see my sheet. And then it will get you going out of the gate on your way to what it is you want to achieve. All right. And I'm going to say this. Sometimes when we're looking at those big goals, it can seem insurmountable. It can seem like, oh my goodness, I cannot do it. But the thing that we have to do, and one of the things that we discussed in our Free to Soar segment, is that when you start lacking confidence, just do one thing towards what your ultimate goal is, even if that's a smaller thing. It doesn't always have to be the big thing. It may be you're crawling this day because you're tired and you're just doing one little thing. You may, and you know, I have to place calls and do sales and all of this. So some days I'm doing a lot of calls. Some days it's like I have two or three people who I definitely need to reach out to. Let me reach out to those people and call it success. What you don't want to do is beat yourself up if you're having moments along the way to this, which is why I think that it's important for you to have several micro goals on the way to the big goal, because one of those micro goals might just be researching computers. So that's not hard to do, but it is something that will lead you on the way to your goal, and it's something that you've written down. So if you can do that for that day, then that can be good enough. And then you can go to the next time when you're looking at um a goal that's going to require more of your head, or your, if you're doing physical things, of your physical labor in order to accomplish. So this is when I tell people to honor your energy window. What does that mean? Honoring your energy window means that you are honoring the space to say, hey, I feel great today. I can get a lot done. And also honoring the space to say, I'm not feeling so good and I cannot get much done today. I'm going to do these few things and I'm going to say, it's okay. It's okay. You have to make sure that you don't drive at a pace that makes you worn out, uncomfortable, and ultimately unproductive. Because as Denzel Washington says, you cannot equate busyness with productivity. Just because you are busy doing does not mean you're necessarily productive. You don't want to be that hamster wheel, that person running, but we're not going anywhere, right? And that's the other reason developing that success plan helps you to know that you are headed in the right direction. I'm doing this goal. I'm doing that goal. I completed this goal. I completed this marker on the way to my goal. And then when you achieve it, you're going to look back and be like, oh my goodness, I got that done. And I'm going to say this, if you come up short, lean into this other thing that I heard Les Brown say. Les Brown, the motivational speaker, he said, and I think he got it from a book, he said, and I shared this with someone else recently, if all you've done is all you can do, then all you have done is enough. Just make sure you have done all that you can do. So, if you write this whole success plan and the end of 2024 comes up and you may fall a little short of that, if you have done all you could do to achieve that, then rest assured that all you have done is enough. And the other thing that Dr. Herbert Harris says, and it's also in Stephen Covey's book, and maybe the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People or another one. I'm not sure which one of his books, but it's definitely in the 12 Universal Laws of Success, is as you are writing your plans, establishing your goals, setting your course for each day, even as you prioritize those things, if you don't get that done, then just simply arrow it to move it forward to the next day or under the next item. And that way you can still keep it on your radar to accomplish. Don't think that just because you didn't get it done, like mine said 12/20, if I had started working on it and I didn't get the first thing done by December the 20th, it doesn't mean that, oh my goodness, life is lost and I can't get anything else done. No, it just means that I shift the date and I now move it back because I may have run into something that has caused me to not finish by that particular time. So again, not only managing your energy window, but giving yourselves grace on the way to your goal helps you to stay excited about it. because you recognize, hey, I don't have to beat myself up because I didn't achieve this by this particular date. I just move it, shift it, and continue to work on it until it is accomplished. If I don't meet the financial goal that I plan to meet next year, which I really hope I do, and I'm going to do everything in my power to do that, then what I'm going to do is I'll readjust. I look at the plan. I may make some adjustments to the plan, but I even set it up now since I've been in business now for 4 years, where I kind of know this. I need this many classes in order to get this this amount of revenue, and this requires me to talk to this many people in order to generate that. So it's about building those assumptions now that I've been in business a few years. So I kind of have a lens into what I need and what I can achieve based on that, right? But if I didn't, or even if I don't achieve that goal with the information that I have, because of course life shows up, there could be conditions that change in the environment or in how we're able to sell, another COVID, who knows, right? And then adjustments have to be made. So giving yourself grace on the way to the goal is important as well, because that allows you to stay encouraged and stay motivated and know that delay is not denial. Delay is not denial. You still can get it. You still can get it. You just have to keep going. So I hope this is helpful. Remember, y'all, what we are doing is we are going from the board to the plan, from the vision board to the plan, the real strategy to get ourselves to where we want to go. And again, the book is called The 12 Universal Laws of Success, the Super Achiever Edition by Dr. Herbert Harris. Dr. Herbert Harris. He's a longtime motivational speaker and professional coach. So go out and get that book. Again, put together the success plan. I think the success plan is found in probably chapter, let me see. I'm right here on it now. It's in the Universal Law of Action chapter. So, but again, that's probably about 2/3 of the way down the book. The whole book is amazing. And I haven't finished it yet, but I have gone past that, the 2/3 part. So get this book. Take whatever you have on your vision boards this year, and let's soar in 24, right? Because we're taking our vision boards and now we are taking them to a plan, a real plan to achieve what we want to achieve next year. All righty. Remember, the World Class Training Institute exists to help you to maximize your greatest resource, organizations to maximize their greatest resource, I should say, which is human capital. And the way that we do that is through the delivery of leadership and professional development training programs. Leadership and professional development training programs. Please reach out to us at worldclasstraining.net. That's worldclasstraining.net. And we can connect you with all of our leadership and professional development training programs. Also, you can reach me at 615-716-9990, and I can talk to you about whatever your organization needs in order to be excellent. The last thing is, of course, we have our books that are available, and I'm going to just edit that. Our latest book is called Unpacking Agape, the 7 Languages of Intentional Leadership. It's at worldclasstraining.net/agape. And that's a perfect book for Christmas. It's a perfect book for anybody who you know who's going into leadership this year, who wants to grow in leadership this year. It is about servant leadership, because that's what we're here to do. When you're leading, you are here to serve. And worldclasstraining.net/agape is where you will find the perfect book to help you in your servant leadership journey. And we also juxtapose individual contributor to leaders of people, so that people understand that when you're going from being an individual contributor to now becoming a manager or supervisor, there are different human skills that you have to bring to life in order to be successful in your role as a leader. So worldclasstraining.net/agape for Unpacking Agape as well. I hope this has been helpful for you all, as always. And until next time, please make sure that you this year take your vision board and turn it into a plan. You will thank me on the other side. I promise you. Until next time, remember, when you are better, we are absolutely positively better. Take care.